Ladies as well as gentlemen, Papa Boris here, playing some more Pathfinder Adventures. Man, a friggin' live, that last scenario took forever. I mean, not only was the video long, but it took me even longer off camera to get it done. So, heck, hopefully there's no game-breaking bugs in the final scenario here. This is a pretty tough one, so let's go ahead and take a preview of the situation because there is some difficult stuff going on. We'll skip the dialogue. I do like the writing in this game, although most of the characters are a bit dry, but just for the sake of speed in this video. So here we go. There's this location called the Runeforge Hub, and the villain starts there. So basically, in this game, the villain is not randomly assigned, but you know exactly where he is. There is another boon in this scenario, which is that when you don't close the location after defeating a henchman, that henchman gets shuffled back in. And that is a good thing, because the alternative is that you have to then go through the entire location deck, finish every single encounter, every single card in it, and then make the closing check to close the location. So it's better to have the henchman in there again to give you a second chance. I think the reason they did that is because these locations have pretty difficult closing requirements, so getting a second chance is good. Now this villain is tough because he's immune to attack and mental traits, and being immune to the attack trait means you can't use combat spells against him. So Azrin and Linny get boned if they encounter this villain. On top of that, he's got this annoying thing where if you don't defeat him, because for example you're Ezrin or Linny and you got boned, you don't reset your hand at the end of the turn, and everybody else takes some more additional damage. So he's a pretty tough villain. Then we got this henchman who deals fire damage to you before and after the encounter, which is annoying as the dickens. Plus her immunity to fire is a bit tough for Ezrin, so this is just kicking the wizard in the pants every single time. And then here we have a little continuation of unavoidable damage. So if you don't make a ridiculous acrobatics check against these henchmen, you take a fire damage. So you can see here where damage resistance is really handy, so it's good to be a Miri here with all this damage being tossed around. Now, in this scenario, there's also one less location than usual, so it's not a bug or anything that there's only 7 instead of 8 locations. Again, I guess that is just because the location closing checks are all so difficult, plus there's this weird thing if you can't... the Runeforge Hub is like an ability as a location that you can't go there until everything else is permanently closed. So basically, this scenario, you can't like temp close your way to victory. You have to permanently close all the other locations, and they have really difficult closing requirements, which I guess is why the designers felt the need to cut back and have one fewer location here. Now these are all like the locations that deal with the 7 sins of the Thessalonians. So all these tough locations with really hard requirements, you have to deal with all of them here. So it's pretty tough. We're going to go ahead and put Ezrin in the Halls of Wrath because he's the only person who can really close this. Linny can do okay, but she doesn't really want to get into a lot of fights. So Ezrin's the man for that job. I think this place, we're going to put either Harsk or Amiri because neither of them particularly cares about not being able to play more than one card per check. The 2 spells there are pretty much dead to me. There's just no way you can put a spellcaster there. I mean, Sela maybe you could put in, but she's not super great at the Constitution or Fortitude check. I'll take a look to see who I want there. I'm not exactly sure yet. Okay, so Mauricio the Rogue will go here. There is a risk that I won't have my Crown of Charisma in time. So maybe if there's someone other place I can put her, I could get away with it. We'll put Linny here for the higher hand size, and because she's the only one who can really confidently close that location. And then over here, okay, here's where Sela needs to go. The at this location effect here is just horrific. When you acquire an item, banish another item. Now, when you're playing the real game, the physical game, if you get an item and you don't want to banish an item from your hand, you can just say, well, I pass on this item. But in this game, the designers still have not implemented the ability to pass on acquiring boons, which means that if you happen to get a boon that your character auto-succeeds at all the checks to acquire it, which is very possible, then you might be forced to, banish one of your loot items in your hand, and that's just crazy. So we're going to put Sela there because she has no items. I think she's the lady for the job, for sure. So yeah, basically everybody has to go in a location. There's one fewer location than usual, and one of the locations is closed off. So there's only 6 places to go. So I guess we'll put Harsk here and Amiri there. Even though Harsk has a better Constitution check, I think that Harsk is better at dealing with the other location because he actually has the perception skill. Okay, so we got both healing cards here for Amiri, Poog and the Staff of Minor Healing. So I think what I'm actually going to do here is a little bit unusual. I'm going to use Poog to explore, and then use the Staff of Minor Healing to get him back. Alright, we got McMurrian's Club. I guess. Um, oh, you know, I should have probably you know what? I should have discarded a card. I healed something with that and then healed something with the Staff of Healing as well. Shoot, I messed up. Well, to compensate for my mistake, Harsk over here, Starsky and Harsk. It's going to recharge that, so I need an 8 on these 3 dice, 2 of which are pretty big. Okay, that should be fine. So we'll do that. Heal from McMurrian's awesome club, one of the best loot items in the game. And then, I guess, since I didn't discard a card for the club, we should play a Blessing to Explore. Oh, that's actually nice. Play another Blessing to Explore. Zuvuzeg. If there are no more than 3 cards at this location, banish this card to encounter each of them. That's amusing, but not worth going crazy for here. So now let's pop the staff. You know what? I'm going to roll here. Let's just discard, keep going. Stone Giant. Alright, I need... Let's see, I don't really want to discard this sword. So we'll just have Harsk fire another arrow, I think. It's not too great of a loss. Make sure I could have even maybe tried to risk it without doing the arrow from Harsk. But okay, that was pretty good. Made it through half of the location. I feel like that's fine. Got Papa Xantis. Man, I got too much healing with the Miri. She just doesn't take enough damage for the amount of healing that she has. Alright, finally, Sela finds a piece of crap, the Boots of Elvenkind, an item I have always hated. It's just total, utter garbage. So I'm glad that those went away. I actually rolled an 8 to pick up this pretty stupid armor. Now, I don't think there's any survival checks. Well, there is one, but Linny can handle it. So we'll just discard the Shaman to keep going. Bracers of Greater Protection. That is a piece of garbanzo beans. Definitely don't care about that. Let's go ahead and recharge my Blessing of Serenade to keep going. Harpy. Yeah... Oh, God. Alright, there's no point spending too many resources, but I guess I'll flip a card just to give myself slightly better odds of being able to use a weapon for convenience. God, I hate these harpies. Everybody get on over here. I don't think it really matters that much because I can't find any villains. You know, because that's the thing is, like, you don't want everybody to move to the same place because sometimes, you know, then if somebody else finds the villain, nobody's at their posts, nobody temp closes the location, so there ends up being a bunch of places where the villain could be. But in this particular scenario, we know where the villain is. Temp closing is not significant, so if everybody gets pulled over to check out this harpy's tits or whatever is the reason why they're coming over here, then they can just move over on their next turn. Alright, I need a 6. It would be a bit loose to roll without flipping a card, so let's flip a card. And then that's pretty settled. I have to roll a 1 on every single die. And the Harpy, while a nuisance, does not bring me down. I will... Let me see. I'm going to actually stop here because I don't want to run out of blessings. Good. I'm glad I didn't explore. We got a free explore anyway. Then I can recharge this armor that I just found. No reason to discard anything else. We're good to go. Okay. Ezrin could augur here, but that would be stupid because, of course, he, if he augurs there, that'll undo Sela's free explore, so I need to go to wherever the fuck he was. That's a good place to augury anyway because there's tons of monsters here, so we have very, very high odds of getting at least 2. And actually, even getting 3 isn't, that far out of the realm because of the 10 cards here, only 3 are non-monsters. Now, ideally, I would have found the henchman, but that's okay. We'll deal with that. Okay, can I draw a new card? I can! Alright, Scorching Ray, come to Papa Ezrin's warm hands. Alright, let's take a look at our real exploration here. Heavy crossbow. No thanks. I wish I had haste in my hand so I could keep exploring, but that's the wrap for Ezrin's turn. We don't want to explore here with Marizil. Where was she posted? The Charisma place? Oh, hey, she has the Crown of Charisma. Such a handy item. Okay, so we'll explore. Standard Bearer. I am not going to use my Crown of Charisma for this because that would be stupid. Actually, I could reveal it. I think rolling 2d4 plus 2 is better than rolling a d6 plus 2. Or is it? I might actually be wrong on that. Am I? Hang on a second. Okay, let me think about this. So 2d4 is an average of 5. d6 is an average of 3.5. No, that must have been the right move. Sucks that I have to bury a card here. Oh, if you fail to acquire an ally, bury an ally. So do I care about scouting or the bonus to explore? No, I don't care about the scouting that much. Okay, let's pop this guy for some exploration. Blessing of Torag. Anybody got any Aurori? No, I think I ditched all of my Auroris, so I don't think I'm gonna have anything rechargeable here. So just a 70 or 62.5% chance that we get to go again, and we do. Not a great blessing. Let's just treat this like a free explore. Potion of Ghostly Form. Oh god. Okay. Well, luckily I don't pick it up, so I don't have to waste time dealing with this crap. And I think we'll just pause there. Keep it safe. Not go too crazy. I mean, I do have one less location than normal. Granted, I have to close all the locations, but I pretty much end up closing all the locations anyway most of the time, so it's fine. Alright, we gotta take 1 fire damage if we don't make this dexterity check. I don't think that that's worth spending resources on, because I could just discard whatever card I was going to spend. Yeah, so let's just roll. Theoretically, it was possible that I make it. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. Let's get rid of Improved Guidance, the weakest link here. And now I gotta do combat. Unfortunately, I don't have a, hang on, Mass Cure. Yeah, I need to get rid of Mass Cure. So I'm gonna do this to make my stuff a 10. Let's pop out my animal. Harsk, shoot me some arrows, bucko. You know, the Blessing of Shellin could actually be useful for closing some of these tough locations. I mean, Linny's got it okay, but, yeah, but other people might not have as easy of a time. Okay, so what do I need? I need a 13 on these dice. That's actually not the greatest. So I could bury that Lama Stew for 2 dice. We could do a Wand of Enervation here. Let's see, if I do a Charmed Red Dragon, I would need to roll an 8 on those. God darn it, I'm going to have to reset everything. Yeah, this is a good time for Wand of Enervation, I think. It's the beginning of the scenario. We'll have time to get it back. So let's repeat the process here. I'm discarding Mass Cure, by the way, because Mass Cure requires someone else at your location. So if I, you know, didn't get rid of it, I actually wouldn't be able to cure myself afterwards. Why does Linny have Scorching Ray? That's definitely a bug there. I don't think that's supposed to be happening right now. Okay, so we need a 7 on these 4 dice. Still a touch on the loose side. Sure, we'll play a Blessing of Yabba Dabba Dingleberry and then get it done that way. Okay, Harsk Sniper Power. You can see being able to use the bows for their actual abilities while recharging them just smooth things out so much. Okay, so now let's close the location. Take a look at what we're dealing with here. Oh, I have a 39 out of 40 chance. I think that's good enough for me. Let's close the Ravenous Crypts of Gluttony. And, do I want to... You know, I'm just going to cast Cure. F it, whatever. Just get it out of my hand, basically. And then I'll get it back. My deck gets shuffled. I got a Cure and a Major Cure. So they'll come back. One thing I noticed while playing off camera is that the cat is actually really handy. The cat is the reveal and then add 2 to your check to recharge a spell. For Linny, animal abilities pretty much don't matter because she's almost always just using them to give herself a bonus d4. So it's kind of cool actually when you have this cat that's sitting in your hand anyways and it's like, oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, I guess I'll just show the cat to help my spells recharge better. Some of the spells now, like Restoration and stuff, really do have genuinely difficult recharge checks, so it's nice. Oh, right. Picking up Blessings here doesn't actually work to give you extra Explorers because you have to recharge a card whenever you succeed at any check. Okay, I actually don't want to pick up that Mace, thank goodness, because I didn't want to reach... Well, I guess I could have just recharged it. Harsk, you know what, F it. Let's just go a little wild here. Just run through some of these cards. This is a pretty annoying location. It'd be nice to get it over with, and Harsk is healthy as a horse, so might as well use some of those blessings to keep going. Alright, we got a Hill Giant there, so maybe if someone gets Scrying, this would be a good location to scry, so they could get rid of the Hill Giant. Let me actually take a moment to use this Emerald Codex, which has been so underwhelming. For some reason, I remember it being amazing, but I've never really gotten anything that was so great. So Raise Dead, just in case, and then Mending. Oh, Mending. That's just the total worst. Okay, so that was just totally worthless. What's happening over here? Oh, yeah, you don't want to be here. You want to be over here. The festering maze of sloth. Flah, 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 flah. Okay. Alright, who's up next? Large chest. Well, do I want to get some new weapons? I feel like I've already got all the good weapons. I got a Great Club +3, we got a bunch of those crossbows. I don't actually care about this, so we'll just roll it, fail it, and it gets banished, so I don't care. And I'm going to just bury Papazantis. I know this is a horrible waste, but we've got a Poog in the deck and a Staff of Healing still tossing around, so let's just get him out of the hand. One thing I noticed that is kind of annoying is that definitely Amiri has a tendency to have her hand get clogged with weapons. I think I might actually regret having taken a weapon card feat, because it seems like I just end up getting a handful of weapons and never really need the weapon abilities to beat monsters and stuff. So it's like kind of annoying. I wish I had one less weapon in my deck and, you know, one more blessing or ally or something. For your combat check, D8 +1, D6. Oh, I see. So it's good against villains, but otherwise it's just garbage. Yeah, I don't care about this. Go away. And we'll use a favor of Norgorgagabur to get one more explorer in here. Shadow. This used to be like the most terrifying thing. Like back in deck 1, like, oh no, a shadow, it's a 13. Golly gosh. And I have to have the magic trait. Who has that? Now, of course, it's just totally trivial. Okay, well, we are down to the last two, so the henchman was one of the last two cards there, but luckily, thanks to Sela's Explorathons, yeah, she got 4 free explorers in this location, and the last one is the henchman. Alright, what's happening over here at the Halls of Wrath? Oh yeah, Ezran's only exploring like once per turn because he can't find his haste. Death Web. The web that eats. Alright, well that's fine. We'll just go ahead and get rid of the quarterstaff, which I don't want anyways. And now we fight. I think for combat, you know, I'm going to use one of these lightning bolts. I got 2 of them. Whatever. Now I need to roll a 13, which is a bit of a loose roll here. So I could use a blessing. Why don't we shoot Tunic? Now I need a 10 on 5 dice, one of which is huge. Should be good. That was close, though. Jeez. Actually, that would not have made it without Harsk's arrow, I'm pretty sure. Scrying. Hey, that is like one of the best cards to pick up with Ezran's ability, because it's like, my turn's over. Oh, wait, actually, I think I'll look at the top 3 cards of any location and get free explorations for doing no effort. There's only one monster there. I don't remember what I've scouted and what I haven't scouted. Doesn't Harsk have a monster sitting on top of his deck? Sela definitely not. This place I've already augured, so doing it again would be kind of silly. That place, there's a 75% chance I find the henchman, which I guess could be cool. Alright, I'm going to take a chance, and we're going to scry Harsk's location. I really wish that you could see what you've examined at other locations besides the one that you're at. Okay, I remembered correctly. There was a monster on top, so now Harsk does not need to fight that monster. I guess that's pretty good. It's a free rechargeable exploration at another location. I mean, that's pretty darn good. Incendiary Cloud. Well, this doesn't really matter as a pickup because I was going to drop to my hand size anyway, but whatever. And that'll do it for Harsk's turn here. Now, Mauricio, she's in the right place. She's got her crown. Okay. Orb of Firestorm. You know what? Honestly, I actually would like this. I'm not going to pick it up. It would take too many resources, but I think actually I like those orbs better than the flasks. So the flasks are, what's his face? They're 2d6, whereas the orbs are only 2d4, but the orbs can be used on other locations, and I feel like that just makes it worth it. So many times Ezran's got that flask in his hand, and I'm like, you know, I wish this was an orb so I could give 2d4 to someone else as opposed to nothing. Anyway, I need to roll a 7 on these dice. I am going to recharge a blessing because it's being used on my dexterity check, so I might as well just do that. Although, you know what? I probably didn't even need to. I could have recharged and done sneak attack, but what other card was I going to use for the sneak attack? They're all valuable. I can't get rid of the crown of charisma. Okay, Linny's up. She's got to pick a place to go. So Maurizio's got that in the bag. Harsk could actually use a bit of help. That actually wouldn't be a bad place for her to go, I guess, because she can make the intelligence or knowledge 12. She does have the knowledge skill, but it's not like super amazing. I don't want to go here because I don't want to get any items banished. You know what? Why don't we go here? She has decent constitution, and it'd be nice to just close this place out. Alright, Wand of Scorching Ray is Garbaggio. So I'm not even going to put out an animal for it. She has a pretty big hand size from being at the location where her hand size was higher by 2, so I need to use up some of these animals and get some exploration done. Okay, so I can't use Holy Light because, unfortunately, this thing's immune to that. The question is, do I want to discard a card to make my strength a D10? I don't think I need that here. Could be wrong, but we'll try it without. I don't need 3 Venomous Heavy Crossbows. So let's recharge that. I need a 7. Let me just go crazy, because Harsk's about to have his turn. Yeah, so unless they all roll 1s, we're good. And then we can just kill that thing. And then again, Harsk is about to have his turn, so he'll be fine. Now, I'm still a card over my limit, so let's go ahead and explore one more time. Well, gotta say, the henchmen here are definitely hanging out near the bottoms. This is not one where I got lucky, which is fine. I like getting unlucky sometimes, so then I feel good about winning. Detect Evil, unfortunately, does not let you fight henchmen, but I'm still going to do this anyway, just so that, basically, the reason I'm just doing that is so that I get it out of my hand. Wait a minute, hold on. What am I doing? I'm an idiot. I need to just explore and kill this guy, right? I should just do that. Yeah, let's just go ahead and take care of this so that Amiri doesn't have to stick around here. Amiri's not that great at closing this. Oh, yeah, I'm going to take an extra damage. That's annoying. Well, that's life. Yeah, Amiri's not that great at closing it. She can bury a card to get an extra D10, but it's still not like that spectacular. I'm going to discard Ezran's Scorching Ray that's in my hand for no reason whatsoever. And then Amiria doesn't care about this because she resists the damage. So that's just showing itself to be amazing over and over and over. Alright, let's do this. Let's do that. Oh yeah, I can't play more than 1 card per check. Ugh. So I need to roll a 12. I guess we can pop. Actually, Incendiary Cloud does more than Sagacity here. So let's just pop an Incendiary Cloud. So I need a 12. I'm throwing 6 dice. Should be fine. Should be fine. Maybe just let's like shoot our Medusa Mask over here. Just to clinch it. Okay. A little bit close. I beat it by 10. It wasn't that. I guess I can't really call that close. Okay, so now we just got to make this Constitution or Fortitude 12. And so even though she doesn't have the Fortitude skill, she gets D4 plus 3 to everything. And then let's go ahead and pop this guy for 2 extra dice on Constitution. If that failed because of crazy bad rolls, the location deck is empty, so it wouldn't have been the worst thing in the world. Although actually it would have, because in this scenario, in this scenario, when you fail to defeat a henchman, it goes back into the deck. Oh, wait, no, but if you defeat it and then fail to close... You know what? I just realized I said a bunch of absolutely dumb crap at the beginning of this video, and I'm sorry because I know I sounded really stupid because now I realize how stupid it was. But, yeah... Oh, no, I wasn't wrong. Okay, it's if you defeat a henchman, but don't close the location. Got it. So, okay, so if Linny had failed there, it would have been annoying. Because she would have had to, because the henchman would have gone back into an empty location, and then it's not beneficial. So, yeah, okay, I wasn't dumb. Whew, okay, not a total idiot. Alright, glad I used Spyglass first, because these explosive runes, I mean, Harsk is okay at it, but it's definitely not the greatest. So we'll just have him explore this goblin plate. Maybe send Mariziel over to pick up the runes. What is this shit? Is this some promo card? Oh, wait, I can't recharge the thing I just picked up? Are you for serious? Well, balls. What the hell is this? So recharge it, combat or fire by 3. Random characters dealt damage, dealt 1 combat damage if you banish it to reduce all combat damage to 0. It's really not that good. Okay. Glad that I threw away my crossbow to get this piece of shit. Well, we'll see if I have an opportunity to banish it. I guess, you know what, now I could have Harsk shoot away all of his cards and then just encounter those runes. They get banished when you fail the check, so that's like another way to deal with it. We'll see. Okay, so Amiri needs to go somewhere. I don't want to go here and potentially lose my Spyglass, though if I flip the Spyglass... Wait a minute, this place just has the thing left, just the villain, or just the henchman. Okay, I guess we're just going to go here. No, because that's got the runes. And this place, if I find the henchman, it would suck. Okay, what we're going to do then is go here and pop the Spyglass first, make sure I'm not fighting the henchman, because Amiri doesn't mind fighting monsters, which this place is full of, but she is not good at intelligence or knowledge. So I don't want to deal with that. Oh! Pro plays all days. Okay, she's not going to explore. I could go fight a hill giant, but there's no point to that at all because the place is about to get closed, so bummer dog. All right, well, let's move somewhere else. I guess what I'm going to do is go... yeah, crud. So if I go here, there's no point in dragging Scylla over because I know it's next. It's a barrier. There's no point going here because I know it's a henchman. And here I'm cock-blocking Mauricio. But you know what? I'm willing to cock-block the rogue in exchange for getting a free scouting. So let's just do that. This place hasn't even been augured. Oh, okay. Well, the henchman's next. Shit. So there's really no point to Scylla fighting this because she's not that good at charisma diplomacy. Might as well have the rogue do it. Okay then, so go back to your original place then. This is just spectacular. All these henchmen suddenly popping up on top. And we got this. Okay, can I recharge this? I can't. It's only combat. Alright, well, we'll, fine. We'll discard it. I could have discarded one of my weapons, frankly. You know, let's just discard this other armor. I don't want it in my hand. I need a 12. Let's just play it safe. Flip a card here. Okay, so I need an 11 on those 5 dice. Should be fine. Boom, there she goes. Oh, I take more damage. Okay, fine. I guess I'll... You know what? Augury, every place has been augured now, so I'm just never going to use augury anymore. There's just no way it's going to happen. All right, so we got a pretty tough wisdom check. Got to make a 12. All I got is a +1 for wisdom, but I got +2 to closing a location. Let's go ahead and pop sagacity here. So now I only need a 7 on these 4 dice. That should be fine. 1, 1, 2. That's a bad start. I can exchange shitty cards for cards I don't have. Okay, so that's fine. I wasn't legally allowed to do that. They're all highlighted, but you can't actually do it because you have to have a matching type of card in your hand. Oh, I already peeked at the Amulet of Life, you say? Is that what you say? Fine. I'll take my sagacity, put it on the bottom of the deck. She gets all her shit back. All right. Ezrin is going to close this place off. So what I'm going to do here is we'll just play it safe. We're going to play the Incendiary Cloud before the combat. That way, it's there, ready to go on the combat, and I can play another spell to actually attack him. Gotta lose a card here. I guess we'll lose the Incanter. Although maybe the Charming Red Dragon. Not Charming Red Dragon. Oh, this Red Dragon is so charming. Where did you find it? No, the Charmed Red Dragon probably would have been the better card to discard. You don't want to use them unless you have to, because there is always that chance they'll get banished. In fact, off camera, or maybe even during my last video, I don't remember, Scylla lost her Charmed Red Dragon. So now let's think about this. We need a 14 on these dice. There's 6 dice being thrown. I think this is maybe a good time to shoot. Oh, you know what? This fucking goblin plate. Let's shoot that. Now we should be fine. Okay, I'm not going to look again at the top card of my deck because I already know it's the Amulet of Life. And I think I will need a blessing still. I mean, even with the Robe of Runes, yeah, I need a 4. I'm definitely not going to take that chance. It would have to have the Henchman get shuffled back in. It would ruin the Augury. I mean, lots of bad stuff happens. This pops Scylla's rechargeable blessing for this. Now, I'm pretty sure I can get a 4 on 2d12, although I have failed that before. Luckily, not this time, and we finish. That would have been a really bad thing to fail on because there were so many monsters left in the deck, and it would have all gotten shuffled. So you know what? At the beginning of the scenario, I was like, oh, it's a good thing that the henchman gets shuffled back in, but now I'm seeing all these reasons why it's bad. It's bad if the deck is empty anyways. It's bad if you had a bunch of augury stuff because shuffling it in undoes the shuffling. It's just not very good. All right, there's a henchman here. I can't backstab, but I think I can kill this thing without backstabbing. That's all right. So, if I took a damage there, I wouldn't have minded discarding the Amulet of Frosty Fists because I already have a weapon. I don't need that card. Alright, so she made the check. Amiri blocked the damage. We're off. I guess maybe we'll just pop this Acidic Sling. I need a 13. Be a little bit of a loose roll. So let's shoot away the medallion. Now I need a 10 on 6 dice. That's not super loose. And conveniently, this crown from the base set, well, the character add-on, technically. just closes the location for free. If that's the only card of its type. It doesn't exist outside of the character add-on. So if I didn't have it, it would be super annoying. Okay, we got Scrying. I'm not actually sure I can really use Scrying anywhere, though. Because I'm pretty sure that place has had stuff happen to it. Yeah, this place was augured and it had a monster go on the bottom. What I am going to do is pop the Revelation Quill just to speed things up a little bit. So let's go and revelate the last location. I'm 100% guaranteed to find the henchman in here because there's one card on the bottom and the other 5 are on top of it. Okay, do I want this Flask of Shock? You know what? No, I already gave it up, so I don't really want it. Oh, shit. I can't get rid of that stupid... This is a bug. Apparently, if you go to the tablet interface, you can actually stop this, but when you go to the phone interface, you can actually see all the cards, but going to the switching interfaces causes the game to have to be reset. So I guess what we'll do is we'll do Scrying, naming monster, since I know that the henchman is the second card. I know that if I scry this place, I can get rid of those explosive runes and put the henchman on top. And really, Scrying was never going to do anything better for me here, because we're down to our just last stuff. Okay, so you can see here the cat being kind of handy. You know, I can just reveal it and then guarantee the check. Whereas I would have failed without the kitty cat. Ho! That minimum roll. Alright, yeah, now, does she actually want to kill the henchman? Not really. So she's just going to, I guess, discard the card she doesn't need. She doesn't need a Luckstone or Augury or the Medallion. Might not even need the cat, to be honest. Alright, does this guy want to do it? Wisdom, perception. He's not the greatest, but he has at least the perception skill. And let's just get this out of the way. Oh yeah, I'm gonna take a damage. Shit. No. Maybe I should have had a Miri go over here and do it. But no, Harska's better at perception than a Miri, even accounting for the fact that she has a +1 skill feat on wisdom, because Harsk has a +2 to perception. Anyway, that's not really that important. Let's just kill this thing. So we'll do that. I need to roll an 11. Swipe, probably not necessary here. Oh, hey, I can add D4 to a ranged combat check, sure. So I need to roll an 11 on those dice. It'd be a bit of a loose roll here. Let's just bury the Lemmish Stew, give 2 extra D8s. Seal ye old deal. And I gotta recharge something. I guess we'll recharge a blessing. Did I just recharge the blessing that I needed to help close the location? Did I just do that? I might have just done that. Well, let's go ahead and pop the Gazra. And then Shellin. So that's 5 dice to hit a 10. Yeah, we can do that. That should not be missable. That would be very, very unlikely. Okay. A little bit sloppy there on my part, but at the end of the... God damn, this location power is so annoying. It just niggles at you. It just niggles. Oh, hey, I get to add my Emerald Codex. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's so great. 2 Emerald Codices. We got Aid, we got Consecration, and we got Heat Metal. Well, all right. Let's do it. Let's bury these blessings for some extra turns. 'Cause why not? And then... Uh-oh. You know what? I think this is actually bugged out a little bit. I don't think the developers accounted for the corner case of the Emerald Codex getting used twice. Shoot, I hope this doesn't stop me from winning. That would be massively annoying. I didn't need to do it to win. It was easily avoidable. Alright, well, let's just see if we can kill this guy, because he is immune to attack and mental, but he is not immune to just getting his ass whooped. It's a weird scenario, because really the difficulty of it is just closing all the locations with all the hard requirements, and like having to actually close them all, not being allowed to temp close. But if you're gonna be, you know, most of the time temp closing, or permanently closing everything anyway, because the game is just, you know, easy enough that you can, I don't think it's that big of a deal. And then just the fact that there's one less location makes things easier for you. So we're going to go balls to the walls, Emily Dickinson here. Can I get a spell played? Yeah. I'm not going to use the Charmed Red Dragon, though, because I don't want to risk losing him for, you know, a fight that's clearly a foregone conclusion. But we'll just throw everything down. Oh, yes, an Orb of Storms. Don't mind if I dingle. Oh, yeah, she's in a location where she can only contribute 1 card per check. So it actually would have been better for her to play the Blessing. Alright, I think that's all we can do. Or that I'm willing to do. I could have, I guess, played the Aid, if it would let me play the Aid. Alright, looks like it wasn't bugged out, so the giant Aid did not stop me. Whew. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like and or subscribe. I'll be back soon with the heroic version. Although, the 4th scenario there, where because of the bug you have to close every location permanently, I don't know if I can swing that on heroic. I guess we'll see how tough it is. So, you know what I gotta say, the adventure, at least this digital version makes this last scenario a little bit better. Because in the real game, the physical game, your quote-unquote reward for this scenario is the Runeforged weapons, which make it so that from now on, whenever anybody fights a Bane with the Transmuter trait, they get an extra 2d4. But it's like, it doesn't really feel that special, because clearly you're going through linearly, so you're going to be getting this thing anyway, so the designers surely, you know, designed around the fact that any Transmuters in the 6th adventure would have a bonus 2d4. So it really feels kind of pointless to have this. There's even a line of text that when you're finished with the next adventure, you have to remove the card from the game. So, like, you know, if for some reason you're playing in some other scenario pack with Transmuters, you don't get to use it. So it's like you play this and you don't get a reward. It's kind of lame. But in the digital version, at least, we get the usual thing where anytime there's loot, everybody... Oh my goodness. As I was saying, normally when there's loot, it gives characters who don't get a loot card some other treasure. But I guess in this digital implementation, they decided to just keep it the way it is and essentially have there be no reward. Oh, okay, cool. Because the theme is you access the Runeforge and you forge weapons out of the Runeforge or whatever the fuck, and then that enables you to fight better. But yeah, okay. So let's take a look at here. What's going on? Oh, I see what's going on. Amiri took a weapon because it was that an armor or an item. Well, I'm going to take an item now because she just keeps having a hand clogged with weapons. I would take an ally or a blessing if only I could. Okay, Sela, you know, I'm just not having any trouble finding my weapons. She's got a pretty big hand size. She can fight bare-fisted pretty well. I'm just going to take another ally for bonus explores and other cool effects. Ezrin, you know, as much as it would be cool to have an extra ally, I just find I keep wanting to have more items. Maybe... if it wasn't for all those orbs and flasks and things, I would run out of good items at this point. But with those orbs and flasks, I feel like it's worth it to keep items flowing. And then Maurizio is an interesting spot. I mean, definitely not armor, definitely not spells in this party. So more items, I guess it's better than another weapon. She's not that bad at fighting bare-fisted. Okay, Linny, I think, is going to take another item. She's always maxed out on items. You know, Blessing and Ally, of course, are each tempting for the extra explorers and stuff, but she just keeps not having enough room for items, and I want to be able to have a little bit of flexibility with her. Alright, for Harsk, easy call. He can't take more weapons. Spells, not in this party. Armor's dumb. No more blessings. All he's got left is allies. Alright, so this is the 6th and, I believe, final card feat that we're going to get before the end of the adventure. I mean, you get a card feat when you beat the final scenario of the adventure, but obviously that's kind of irrelevant, so that's what it is. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like and or subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Oh, we actually made a challenge here. That's cool. So, complete 2 adventures on normal difficulty. That's not too grueling. Alright, let's get rid of that, and just clear out our junk here. Linny has this Scorching Ray, which just morphed from Ezrin's hand for some reason I can't fathom. And she needs an item. Harsk needs an ally. Goblin Plate. Goblin Plate can suck my dick. Alright, so nothing good over here. And a bunch of people need to draw from the deck, so let's see if there's anything good to take. So Miri got an item. We could take the Holy Candle and then get an item from deck 4 next time. That's actually a pretty good default. I'm just not really sure I'm going to find anything here that I care about that much. Flask of Shock. I would take an Orb of Shock. Oh yeah, maybe like one of these orbs. Yeah, like 2d4 on the fire trait. Well, I can always take that next time, so there's no reason to do it now. Yeah, we'll keep the Holy Candle. So in the next scenario, once Amiri draws this, we'll get an extra 1 to 6 turns in the scenario. And then I can draw a card from deck 4 or below, because we'll be in Adventure deck 6 at that point, and so I can then take an Orb of Firestorm. Now, of course, that can go awry if somebody picks up an item during the adventure, but it's not the end of the world if that does happen. Ring of Protection, yeah, probably not. Not for Amiri. I could maybe consider taking it for somebody else. You know, I really would like a Necklace of Missiles, actually. I think it's from deck 4, though. So hopefully I can pick that up. That would be a good one for Linny or for Ezrin. We get another ally. I think what I'm going to do here is just take a banishable one. Because off camera I took a Mako since there wasn't anything I was that excited about. So I'm going to just take another banishable ally, like this stupid thing. Actually, well, you know what I really want? Maybe like this guy. You can banish him to get an ally from your discard pile. So once you've explored with an ally, you can banish him to get an extra explore. That would have to be, you know, I'd have to use the shaman or the lizard to explore again. No, that's a little bit, you know, finicky. I'm going to just grab Mayor, because even though her power is useless, I can just banish her the moment that I get her. Or can I? I can't really, can I? Because it's your location deck, so one seal has got some scouting going. Huh, it's amazing. I just want to find something I can banish. Then Vinder, banish this card to draw a new item. I don't want that either because Amiri is going to be banishing an item. Alright. Well, maybe Seela can just get pulled over by Amiri to some safe location. Banish the Mayor just to shuffle the deck and get rid of the Mayor. And then, yeah, it's a little bit finicky, but we'll see if we can make it work. Okay, so Ezrin, I guess we'll just take an Orb of Firestorm then. So now he's got Flask of Force, and then, yeah, all these loot items, and then a couple of things to help his combat checks, or others' combat checks. Mariziel can take an Orb of Firestorm, though she can't use it. It does get banished, as I learned to my great dismay, if used by someone who is untrained. Now, what I could do is I could take it anyway. I could take one of these orbs, those Orb of Firestorm, banish it, and then take an item from deck 4 or lower next time. Why don't we try that? See if we can avoid picking up items. I could do the same thing with a Potion of Healing, but I think helping someone's combat is going to be more significant than healing cards. Alright, Linny. Well, I think I'm going to do this. I think I'm just going to take an orb for her. That's what she wants, is help in combat. I just don't really see much more stuff that I really care about. And then for Harsk, another ally. We'll banish this card. We'll do the same thing for him. We'll just take a useless ally, and then we'll reevaluate. So I'm trying not to take any allies or items in my next scenario, and then hopefully get better pickings from Adventure Deck 4. Now, if I were really good at this game, I'd actually look at the Adventure Deck 4 and see if there was anything in it that I really cared about. There might not even be, but we're not gonna be that finicky about it. Hopefully, I just remember all these grand plans about not getting any items or allies when the 6th adventure is released in probably 1.5 to 2 months. But we'll see you guys then. Take care, everybody. Enjoy your day.